General Manager of Good Shepherd Catholic Radio, Bob Look. Hi, Bob.
Bart, nice to see you again.
Yeah,
Thank
nice
you
to see
for inviting me here.
Welcome to the show.
Great, glad to be here. What an impressive studio.
Well, thanks. You've got an impressive studio yourself at Good Shepherd Catholic Radio.
Oh my golly, it's something that's been built on by the labors of others way before me. So I'm just glad to be a part of the station, and certainly hopefully I can make a difference. Leave it better than I found it, I suppose. So
Well, that sounds like the job of a shepherd.
we try. Go find our lost sheep.
So a general manager at a radio station without any radio background, where'd you come from?
Well, I had landed in Jackson in 1982. I hired in with Consumers Power back then, and came to know several great people from the Jackson community, the Carl Englishes of the world, the Andy Dodderwicks, Dan Mandragers, Werner Semps, and just dropping a few names. But anyways, it was a nice place to be and hang my hat on, and a great company to work for.
So you retired from Consumers.
I retired June 1st and started that day working for the radio station. Harry Hill is still the president of the board, and Harry filled the role for several years as president as well as chairman of the board, or general manager, I should say. And Harry and I worked together at Consumers Energy. Harry was from Detroit, and I was from Detroit as well too, and so we would commiserate and help each other out with understanding the inner workings and hidden mechanisms of the utility.
So Good Shepherd Catholic Radio, fairly new in Jackson.
Fairly
Tell us a
new.
little bit about what it is and who it's for.
It is for the community. Our coverage, our radio coverage, is Jackson County. There were plans early on to include Lansing, but it's for right now we're focusing on Jackson and Jackson County. Its emphasis is really more for the Catholic community, but it's open to everyone, really, Bart. So we don't want to exclude anyone out from it. There's roughly 20,000 Catholics in the county, 8 parishes, and again, these are like from the 2010 census. So, our listening audience is probably anywhere from 10% of that, maybe. So it could be improved.
And you're at 1510 on the dial.
1510 AM and W227BY 93.3 FM.
Where are you physically located?
Physically located in the old convent building of the old St. Joe's Center there on 704 Northeast Avenue. A very nice part of Jackson, very, very old part, but very rooted and great place to be.
It, in fact, was an orphanage, which was the home of Tom Monahan.
That's right.
And there's a connection between Tom Monahan and Catholic Radio.
There is. Mr. Monahan was instrumental in forming Ave Maria. Ave Maria is kind of our big sister organization, so to speak, serving a much larger area, mostly southeast Michigan. But I met Mike Jones, who's my counterpart over there, and so we compare notes and try not to make the same mistakes. So very good.
So there's a Catholic cable channel, which has really a wide variety of things. What about on radio? Are you able to do the same kind of programming?
We carry the feeds from EWTN as well as from Ave Maria. But more importantly, the last several years we've been focusing on local content, local Jackson community. And I've got to write them down so that I don't misstep or give bad information. But some examples of the local content is the Bishop's Hour program or the Deacon Speakins program, Faith Matters, Jack's Facts, which is about the Jackson Catholic schools, as well as Jackson Today, which is moderated by Peggy Owens. She does a great job of interviewing current events here in town. So we're really trying to get that local content, that local look and feel. We'll take the national level programming from EWTN and Ave Maria. We'll carry the Al Crestas and Marcus Grodi, but we really want to try to pull in that local Jackson.
How's the channel supported?
And I'm glad you asked that question. Station is 100% listener supported. Not 90%, not 80%, 100% listener supported. So please keep us in your checkbook between the utility bills and the car insurance and that type of thing. In fact, next week we're going to have our biannual on-air fundraiser to help augment and shore up our finances. Coming out of COVID, things have changed a lot, you know.
Do people get a tote bag from?
Absolutely, and Bart, I've been remiss. I wanted to bring you a coffee mug and a tote bag and a pen, so I will make sure I give it to David, who's on your staff, to give to you for me. So.
Yeah, David, here at JTV and JTV Studios, responsible for Good Shepherd Catholic Radio's website. Are you able to listen online?
I do. It's gscr.org, and it's part of the routine I try to do. Make sure that we've got streaming before I come into the station, and then when I jump in the car, check both the AM side as well as the FM side to make sure there's no surprises. Make sure we have signal on the air.
How about sports, high school sports?
High school sports is something that John Richmond introduced us to last year. G.B. Richmond was my predecessor, and he brought on board the Lumen Christi sports, starting with the high school football. And when I came on board, I thought, there's no way I can make this thing work. I said, one, I'm the most boring guy. I'm not a play-by-play. I'm not a color commentator. I'm all thumbs. And fortunately, Lucian Leone from Lumen Christi stepped up and said, you know, I've got a doctor in education, but I think I could do the play-by-play. And I'm going to pull along Ron Welch. Ron Welch is the coach's coach. Ron Welch coached the girls basketball at Kalamazoo Valley College, 601 wins in his career. So between the two of them, I have the on-air personalities I need. Me, I'm relegated to the back end, excuse me, the setup and the tear down. So very blessed, very fortunate. Thank the Holy Spirit for that one.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your success, and good luck with Good Shepherd Catholic
Appreciate
Radio.
it. Thanks for having me here, Bart.
Thank you, Bob. Good to see you. GM at Good Shepherd Catholic Radio, Bob Look. Well, that's it. We've run out of time.